Hello. Good
Hello, hello.
afternoon. Good afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever you are. This is Saturday, and this is Saturday Food Fever, and we're cooking together today. Me, Livia from Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and
Elena, it's here from Bergamo, Italy, and I'm so happy today.
me too. I'm really glad that we are here together. Elena told us yesterday, I want to eat, not last week, I want to eat dhal. I really want to eat it. And she asked us if someone would ever cooked it, and I said like, yeah, I cooked it many times. When I was in India, the two times I went there, I took cooking classes, and I kind of tried to learn, of course, just 1 or 2 days cooking with someone that really knows doesn't make you an expert, but with the time, I'm still learning how to make Indian food and how to mix the spices the way I like. But yeah, and today I'm gonna share it with you, Elena, and with everybody that's watching us, maybe live, maybe not live. We're gonna be here.
Thank you so much, Livia. I was exactly planned to eat this dal tonight for dinner, so ready to cook and ready to eat later.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait actually. For like to start, actually in India they call dal many kinds of legumes, like lentils, but also peas, and some people even call chickpeas dal as well. Um, I'm gonna use brown lentils, which is the moong dal, the brown moong. And what are you using, Ellen?
I'm going to use the red ones
Ah,
because at the end I was thinking that less time could be a good idea. And it's a long time I didn't eat red lentils. So I would like to try with that ones.
yeah. And then with the red lentils, you have to take care not to overcook them, because otherwise they're just gonna be a big mush. I like to have a little bit of mush and feel a little bit of the lentils, the pieces of the lentils. Don't have it. But even in India, you can find places where they have like just a puree of lentils, and places where you can find the seeds. I really
Exactly.
like to have pieces of things. So that's what I'm gonna do. And also because this kind of dal that I want to make requires garam masala. I don't have garam masala at home here with me. I've traveled to India 2 times, and the second time I bought a lot of spices, and I even bought garam masala mix, but it's at my mom's, so I don't have it with me. And I thought it was a good opportunity to make my own garam masala mix and take this opportunity to teach you how to make the garam masala mix. So I'm gonna say all the ingredients we're gonna need during this whole cooking session. So if anyone sees that something is missing or if they want to replace something, you can just check the ingredients list that I'm gonna say now. Let's start. Yeah. Yeah. For the garam masala, we're gonna need cumin seeds, coriander seeds, fennel seeds, cinnamon bark. I have here this cinnamon bark that I bought from Kerala, which is a really, let me see, can you see it? Yeah. Um, I bought it from Kerala, and it's a really, really good quality. It's different from the usual kind that we find in Brazil. In Brazil, usually we find the cinnamon from China, which is I have, I have so many spices. Really, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, yeah. So I want to show the difference between the cinnamon from Kerala and the cinnamon from um, India. Like this one here is the cinnamon we buy everywhere in Brazil. It's the China variety, a Chinese variety. And this really thin that looks more like a tree bark. It's a cassia cinnamon. It's a different species and it has a completely different smell. So if you have different kinds of cinnamon available, try to use the Indian kind. If not, use the kind you find because cinnamon is good anyway. Okay. Also, we're gonna use nutmeg, and let me show you. I bought. I also we are gonna use the nutmeg. This one I bought from Kerala as well, and we're gonna use the mace, which is this membrane that hugs the nutmeg nut. So this has a
Oh,
completely different taste than the nutmeg. They're completely different, not completely, but very different kinds of spices. And if you don't have it, I mean, this whole recipe is like you use what you have at you can find what you can find. You just adapt or do it without, and you know it's going to taste different from the taste that you can find in India, but still it's gonna taste close to what you like, and you can be like changing the amount of ingredients each time you make it until you find your blend and what's good for you and what you can find available. Because I know that Elena in Italy you have many Indian shops, but here in Brazil we don't. So we can still make garam masala even if it's not with the whole
yes.
ingredients that require garam masala. So I'm gonna use star anise. I mean, I'm gonna make just a small amount of garam masala, but if you're making more, you can vary the quantities. I'm gonna use laurel leaf or bay leaf, and let's see what else. Let's see the list.
And
Um, yeah. Um, Black pepper is also an important ingredient because the garam masala it needs to mix a little bit mix of sweet, savory, something that fills the nose, something that fills the mouth in different parts of the mouth. So it's a quite complete the garam masala must dominate all your senses when you're eating it.
mm,
So this is why we're gonna mix cinnamon and also cloves and cardamom. We're gonna use two kinds of cardamom. Um, this one is the easy to find one, green cardamom. Even in Brazil, they're quite expensive, but you don't use so much in each recipe. So you buy a small amount and it can last for a long time. And also gonna use the black cardamom, which is this really it's huge variety. It has a completely different taste. In India, usually people they use the black cardamom for savory dishes and the green cardamom for sweet dishes. But like in South India, when you make things with coconut milk, usually the savory dishes have a little sweet taste to it. So also in the garam masala, you use both kinds of cardamom. And if you're making your dal with coconut cream, use more green cardamom because it's gonna get really like it's gonna taste better. So the black cardamom, I just opened the pod and it's dominating the smell of the whole kitchen. This is a lot of seeds. I'm gonna use all of them because I really love black cardamom. But for this amount, yeah. If I wanted more taste, I would use the seeds and also put the pod to cook with the black lentils because the pod is also very flavorful.
Okay, interesting that thing. So use the
You
pot
can,
for the recipe.
yeah, like vanilla, you use the beans and then you put the pod in the sugar to flavor it. You can also
Yes,
do it with cardamom. You can take the pods from the green cardamom and put them in sugar so you can make like a cardamom sugar. It's good, for example, if you want to add a little sugar to your coffee. Cardamom sugar is quite good with coffee. You can also cook the, the
see,
cardamom peel with the water that you make the coffee. And a lot of places in Africa do it like this. They flavor the water with cardamom, cinnamon, cloves. Um,
that's
and you,
interesting.
I mean, don't throw this peel away because it's extremely delicious, like the seed itself. Now I just smelled it, and it's like the black cardamom. It's it has a really smoky flavor. Maybe the process of drying it gets the smoky flavor, and also it has some stingy taste. Yeah, I can't really describe it. But if you had Indian food, maybe you can, when you go out to eat Indian food, you maybe find a pod of cardamom because in India they just throw the whole cardamom in the big pot and leave it cooking forever. And if you're lucky enough to find one in your food, bite it and try to taste it alone. It's really, really delicious. Let me see if I missed something of the ingredients. So cumin seeds, coriander seeds, fennel seeds, cinnamon bark, cloves, black and green cardamom, star anise, bay leaves, nutmeg, mace, and black pepper. I'm not gonna use black pepper because my mother doesn't really digest it well. And since I'm making my own garam masala, I'm gonna make one that my mom feels well with it because she's gonna eat it. But it's also really important to have something spicy in the garam masala. To replace the spiciness, I'm gonna use red chili powder, but it's the different kind of spice. I know it's not going to taste like the same as I bought garam masala or traditional Indian garam masala, but well, it's my adaptation. Ah, you have the chili pods, Elena. That's awesome.
What do you think? I was thinking to add that one.
Yeah, it's if you don't like black pepper so much, I know that in Italy you eat a lot of black pepper.
Yes, but we don't use black pepper in our kitchen. We think that some issue to your health system with black pepper it's better to avoid because we had already a lot of things that we must avoid. So start from black pepper. So I will use fresh, I mean not fresh, but dried pods of chili. And what about the nutmeg? I mean, you talk about the nutmeg, but shall we grate it?
Yeah, because if we're going to use it, if we're gonna break all of it in the end, you don't have to. If you're great, if you're heating up, what we're gonna do, we're gonna heat up all these ingredients, and then we're gonna grate it. I'm not gonna grate it because I don't have a grinder here, and also because I'm gonna use the whole garam masala mix at once. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna put them in a small tea bag that I bought in a Japanese store. If you have like a net or a cloth that you use to put spices on, like a bouquet garni, in French cuisine, you can use this, or you grind it and you mix it in the pot, and it's gonna taste. I'm not gonna use the whole nutmeg. That's a lot of nutmeg. So break it and use, yeah, like this amount, which is kind of like um, 1/3 of the nutmeg.
Okay. Oops. The nutmeg ran away instead of broke them. Okay, I will try again.
Take care.
And we are not going to roast or toast this kind of spicy, right?
Yes, that's what we are going to do.
Okay.
Because when you just you need to activate the spices. Like when you heat up the spices, you activate them, and then they give all the flavor out. The flavor is all out. So when you're eating it, when you're making the mix to grind it, you heat it up, so it's gonna be easier to grind, and also all the flavors are gonna mint together. Like all the essential oils are going to stay together, and your mix is going to be more like equally flavored. And but also in the moment that you're going to use your spices, you must heat them up. Don't just add them in like cold water or in boiling water. Try to put them ahead with the butter or the oil you're going to use to cook. You put the spices on, but don't burn them. Like if you're maybe sauteing the onions like we're going to do, you saute the onions, and almost in the end, you add your spice powders and saute a little more. Maybe add the garlic together and saute the garlic, and then you add the other thing that you're gonna be flavored by this. Yeah. So I have all my spices here. For the dal, I'm gonna, yeah, great. No, but let's heat them up before grinding. Also for the dal, I'm gonna just finish saying all the ingredients. We're gonna need brown moong lentils, which are the most common I can find. Or you can use red lentils or the dark brown lentils, which take a longer time to cook. You're gonna need more cumin seeds. If you have like the garam masala already ready, you have to add cumin seeds and coriander seeds as well. You're gonna need the chili powder because for me, dal is spicy, but to your taste. Also, the garam masala, ginger, turmeric, garlic, onion, tomatoes, and butter and cream. If you want to make it lact-free or vegan, you can use coconut oil and coconut milk. And in this case, I would advise using more green cardamom because it just gets better. And also, yeah, because I'm making the garam masala and making it all at once, I already put more cumin and more coriander powder in this mix. So let's start. For a start, I'm gonna turn this camera closer to the pan.
Wow, what a great change scenario, Livia. Thanks to your cameraman. Thank you, cameraman. No cameraman. Livia.
The camera is the tripod. So I'm gonna already put in some water to boil here in the kitchen, so we can cook the lentils. And now I'm gonna heat up the pan a little bit, and slowly I'm gonna start with the ingredients that are harder, bigger, and then I'm gonna add the smaller ingredients for the garam masala and toast them. Some people say that we should toast them separately, but I think it takes too much time. It's possible to just try to balance the times. So my criteria to heat them up is putting the spices that are tougher first. Star anise is a tough one. So I'm gonna put it here, and also the mace is quite dry, and of course the nutmeg. Everything that it has a bigger piece here. Also the cloves, because they're gonna need like 2 minutes to roast. And then the smaller seeds are gonna need 1 minute to roast. So we are roasting the bigger bosses now, and later they're gonna be joined by the other ones. So they're gonna start giving out their flavor, and maybe your neighbors are gonna knock on your door asking what
The,
you're cooking. I'm
the
gonna
smell is incredible. I mean, you can identify exactly the type of spicy that you are putting because each one is leaving and relieving a lot of smell, and all the ends are powerful of taste. It's like being India everywhere you want in India, but it's like being there.
Yes, I miss it India so much. And now with the coronavirus, when the pandemic started, I was so worried about India because it's a place where there's a lot of social inequality, a lot of poverty, and also it's a country full of people, right? So being alone was already difficult before you had to be alone. Now I think the situation must be really difficult for a lot of families. And
Yes,
also, like, this health system is not enough for so many people. So I'm really worried, and I'm sending my love here, also cooking food that I learned from great people that I met in India. I hope they get also the wishes that I'm sending with it from the air, right?
yes.
It's a difficult time for everyone, but where there is inequality, it's
Yes,
the
but every time I'm a little bit sad and I'm trying to not complain, but to say, okay, it's a bad time, we are here, lockdown. But I must say and admit that I'm in a favorite position. I mean, I live in a country where the healthcare is for free and every citizen has healthcare. We are here, yes, we are in a pandemic big problem, but I'm here in my home with Simone, and everything is going, yes, in a difficult way, but it's going on. And we had the chance to cook every Saturday together. We had the chance to share a lot of things, and soon, I hope, I know not in 6 months, but in 2 years, I think we could go to India and cook there some really original dal.
I hope so. Now I'm gonna add the other spices, the one that are already grated. Uh, wow!
Ooh!
Whoa! Okay,
Ooh!
so what we are cooking? This this
Ooh!
smell is completely overwhelming. Wow. Okay, now I'm gonna turn it off. Uh, wow. And because I'm gonna cook it all now, I'm gonna use my disposable tea bag that I bought in a market in São Paulo, in the Japan town. I'm gonna leave the powders that go in the pan. I'm gonna leave them here because they're gonna mingle with the rest of the ingredients. If you're grinding your garam masala, that's the moment you must do it. This is the moment. Just put them like, are you grinding your garam masala, Elena?
Yes.
Show us. Let me take your camera to the front. Yeah, powerful woman. In the meantime, I'm gonna cut the onions. I actually already have the onions cut, but I'm gonna cut
This
the
is
other for the dal.
I'm so happy with this small mortaio because it's a marble one we get from a market in Krabi, South Central East, Central West Thailand, and it's good because it's so small that you can handle with one hand, and with the other one you can carving and grate. So it's really useful, and I love to use that one in my kitchen because it's the right way. I mean, if you add this, you can smell all the taste of the spices around you, and I really love it.
It's
So
quite cute also, like a small marble hand. It feels like it's just for, yeah, two people maximum. You can't cook for a lot of people with it.
no,
But
but it
you're
was also easy to take it home. I mean, this one that is a small one, it's like I think 4 or 5 kilograms or 3 kilograms. I mean, it's quite heavy. So having a big one means a heavier one, not
yeah.
easy to take it home. And how is it going with the tea bag, Livia?
I just put it in the tea bag. The smell of the kitchen, like I think the whole block can smell the garam masala mix. Uh, my throat is like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yes,
Because
because me is the same. I mean, it's a really a refreshing Indian's taste all over the kitchen.
yes, yes. Before we started here, I was prepping everything in my kitchen and listening to Ravi Shankar, who is a really awesome sitar player. And I was like, oh my God, I miss India so much, so much. Listen to sitar and cooking it. It's a way to be there, even if I can't be there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the ginger also and the turmeric. I really like turmeric in the dal. I think besides being a super healthy, super healthy, full of anti-inflammatory properties, it's an ingredient that gives a beautiful color to the dishes, and it's so aromatic. It's a sweet and fresh taste that I really love. I'm also gonna put the ginger and the turmeric in my tea bag. This way, it's going to be there, but it's not. Maybe I'm gonna put in another tea bag.
So,
It's gonna be there, but I
oh, what
won't
a
find
good
it
idea.
inside, and I don't have to cut it. It's so small.
It's such a
Mhm.
good idea, the tea bag thing.
Yeah, I bought it to use it for tea, but for tea you can use yeah, you can also use maybe those kinds of um, um, tea bag that are not tea bags, but that you use to put your powdered tea and put it in the
Yes,
pot.
yes.
You can also use it in this for this purpose if you don't want to use a disposable one. But also this tea bag fits a lot of things. So the small um, thing to make the tea, I have one here.
Yes, the metal one.
Yeah, the tea metal strainer. I don't know. It's a small one. Maybe for this for the garam masala, it would fit.
No,
But
it's so good, so good. So ginger, how many ginger did you put, Livia? Sorry.
I put a piece like this,
Okay, okay.
like I don't know how many grams that is, but
Yes, I will add, I mean, I was cutting that amount and I will add also this one. So
yeah,
don't
I'm
worry.
cooking. I'm cooking for how many lentils are you cooking, Elena? Because I'm cooking a little
300,
bit more.
300 grams.
Do you know how many cups that is? One
Yes,
cup.
I can tell you. I mean, it's like 2 cups.
Yeah, I'm cooking 2 cups too. So I'm using one big onion, but one big onion.
Yes, me too.
It was like this. It's huge one.
Yes. And garlic,
The
how much?
tomatoes. Huh?
Garlic?
I put 2 teeth of garlic because I think for Indian food, garlic is
Okay.
quite important to have the taste. And because we're gonna cook it for maybe 20 minutes, I don't think it's a problem to.
No, it's okay. Super.
The garlic is going to cook a lot. Well, I'm before finishing cutting the tomatoes, I think we should start maybe the onions already in the pot because they're gonna cook for a long time, and then while we're yeah,
What's happened?
while we are making the cutting the tomatoes, the onions are already here, and we can already put the lentils in. So I'm gonna turn on the heat again. I'm gonna take
Okay, so
a spoon of butter.
okay, so a spoon of butter. You are putting a spoon of butter.
1 spoon, a little butter, like Shafak would say. Just a little butter, maybe a little bit more. Don't
Yes,
be shy with the butter in this recipe or the coconut oil because it's really to make the taste fill your mouth. You're gonna need your share of fat. Um, while the onions are heating up, I'm gonna the the butter is heating up. I'm gonna add the onions.
I'm putting the onion too into the pan with butter. Pa, 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 pa.
And while the onions are cooking here, I'm gonna finish cutting the tomatoes.
I'm going to use pelati, as I was saying to Livia before. Pelati are the canned tomatoes you can have here in Italy and everywhere in the world, I think, because it's not the time for fresh tomato like that one. So the saucy one, the one that had a lot of juice. So I will use pelati instead
You
of
can also
fresh
use
tomato.
tomato paste. You can use tomato extract. It's important to have a little tomato, I think, for the dal. But if you don't have it, you can also use a little lime right before serving. The red lentils, you can sometimes they are eaten with a really fast making dal with finishing of lime to make it a little bit fresher and summery. Um, Yeah, so you can do that. Also, with the onions, I'm gonna put the ginger and the turmeric to wake them up. Check if
And
you're if it's already boiling. What happened?
yeah, no, nothing. The camera went down.
Camera down, camera down.
But one question, Livia. Paprika? It's not that the time to add paprika.
Um, I think you can add paprika when you add your spice mix.
Okay, so you already had your spicy bag, right?
I already have my, no, I didn't add the spice bag yet. I'm gonna leave the onions cooking a little bit more before adding it.
Okay, so you just had turmeric and ginger and garlic.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah. No, the garlic, not yet.
okay.
When I add the garlic, I'm gonna add also the spice bag. It's because the onions are so full of water that I want to add the spices more when the pan is hotter.
Oh, my onion is cooking very fast.
Yeah? Then you can
Yes,
add your spices.
yes. Trying to find the right place for mobile in order to let you see what's going on in the pan.
Yeah, it's starting to be transparent, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna add my spice bag as well. I think you can do it.
Okay. Did
Um,
it.
the lentils are gonna cook a little faster than usual because we soak them. I soak them for over 12 hours, and that means they're already very tender, very easy. They're gonna cook really fast. So we are making the spice first. If you
Okay.
haven't soaked your lentils, first maybe you should soak them for a little bit so you don't fart so much eating legumes. But you can just start cooking the lentils in a pressure cooker on the side, and later you finish cooking them with the spices. So you can have it really faster. Like the turmeric is already giving some color to the onions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Livia, the taste is my one is I mean I should turn the fire down because the onion I don't want that he get burned.
You can put a little bit of water.
Okay. That's a good idea.
And then they will caramelize a little bit. It's gonna taste really awesome. I think I'm using double the amount of my spice mix. Oops.
Oops. Uh, ooh, so good. It's
The smell,
unbelievable.
really, really awesome.
It's unbelievable, really. It's unbelievable how the taste of a few herbs and spice can remind you a lot of things. That's great.
Yeah. And also travel. I mean, my mother never went to India, but I brought her all the spices that I could. And this way she knows at least the taste is from India. Like you can bring your India to your friends and your family by cooking them something delicious that tastes a little
Yes,
bit, or you try to make them taste like the ones that you tasted there.
paprika. It's time for paprika.
Yeah, I put a little paprika in the mix as well because I wanted some. I put a smoked paprika because I really like the smoked flavor. But also I have here black cardamom that gives the smoked flavor. It's a way also the paprika is kind of a way to get a little bit of what the black cardamom will give you. It's not the same, but you will find your we are finding our ways to imitate, right?
Yes,
Wow, I just a smell like a ginger smell just came in like whoa.
ginger smell to me it's not so strong, and I was thinking to add a little piece of ginger more.
Yeah, maybe the ginger still to release the flavor. I don't know. But if you like really like ginger, go ahead and add more ginger.
Yes, I really love ginger. I mean, it's a refreshing taste in the mouth while eating spicy food. No, it's okay. It's okay. I
Yeah.
go ahead with it and I add a little bit of water again.
Yeah, I'm gonna add. You can add the tomatoes. The tomatoes don't also have some water, and cooking here, they're gonna
So
give
now
you.
it's the time for tomato. Okay.
Yeah. If you only have tomato paste, you can already put the tomato paste and the lentils. I'm gonna cook the tomatoes a little bit in this mix because my tomatoes are completely fresh. They're gonna take a little longer to be ready for the lentils.
And Livia, sorry, what about cumin and cumin? I mean, I didn't add already cumin now so far cumin.
Did you put? Yeah, you put in the garam masala, right? But not so
Yes.
much. You can add more cumin, more coriander seeds, and
Okay.
yeah, if you're
I
using
will do it.
coconut milk, someone that is watching is using coconut milk, add more cardamom.
Okay, so I will take the cardamom pods we had before and add the cardamom pods. Ooh, what a taste! What a taste! Mm,
Yeah, I'm gonna cover it so it cooks faster. I bet they have many songs in India for dal.
really?
I bet. I mean, it's such a staple food, right? They must have dal music.
Maybe I think they have a lot of song about food. No? I mean, the Kerala ones that say that their dal is better than the, don't know, another South India state or something like that. It's like everywhere. So, but Indian music, it's not easy to approach. I mean, I'm talking about the popular Indian music, not the traditional one. It's not so easy to approach because I mean, maybe because it's not my favorite kind of music, but after two or three songs, okay, it's over.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the pop songs, to make them more interesting, maybe you should know what they're talking about. Because sometimes
Yes.
if you listen to some rock music, um, a whole CD of a rock band, if you don't know how to speak the language, maybe all the songs will look the same or are gonna feel the same because they are the same rhythm. But the important thing is what they're saying, right? What they're talking about. So
Yes.
if you don't know the lyrics, we can only judge the melody and the rhythm. Yours is
I'm so
already creamy.
it's so creamy. I
You
would
can add the lentils. Your lentils, your dal is gonna be ready much faster than mine. You can put your lentils in.
should I put the lentil right now?
Yeah. And do you have the hot water?
Yes.
Just put the lentils. Get and mix them a little bit with the sauce. So they are kind of like getting the taste. And then you open a hole in one of the corners and you put water there.
Okay. So finish adding all the lentil. Oh, Simone would be so happy. We are cooking lentil for 4 days or 5 days a dish.
Well, you have three kinds of lentils, so you have a lot to try.
Yes, because I was so in the mood of dal that I say, okay, let's do I mean, not a big amount, but in case and I won't eat it, I had 2 or 3 days dal.
Yeah, I'm making for my whole family, so 6 people will eat it.
Okay, adding water.
Just don't put it on top of the lentils, just in the sides always.
I will add a little bit more. What you think?
Yes, a little bit more. But always open a space. Don't throw it on top of the lentils because yeah, because the water washes down the spice from the lentils. You don't want to wash the spice out.
Okay.
Always when you add water to a recipe, you open a space and put the water in the pan and not in the food. Well, of course, it's not
Okay.
like closed. Yeah, now you can mix it to blend it together and cover it. Put it in low fire.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna add my lentils as well. These are 2 cups of dried brown lentils. Yeah, I wish I had another phone. I want to take a picture. Wait, sorry guys, I'm gonna.
Me too. This is what I missed to make pictures to all the process. But now I really want to make a picture of the pen because it's so good looking.
Yes, exactly. I had to go down to make it. Yeah, now you can see it again. Okay, so I'm spicing up my lentils with the tomatoes. They're not so creamy as Elena's because she's using the, the, canned tomatoes that are already a little cooked. and mine were raw when added I first added them to the recipe. Now I have my boiling water here. I'm gonna open up a small space here in the side.
Wow. With the green one, I mean the brown green one, it looks completely different. I mean the colors.
Yes, because the red one is so red, right? Yeah, I'm now gonna let it there. Maybe put a pinch of salt.
I didn't put any salt.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a good idea to have a little bit.
I think to cook the lentils, it's gonna be better if we already spiced them because then the peas are the legumes are well spiced, already salted. Yeah, and now I'm gonna let them simmer in low fire. The lid, make the lid a little open.
And for how long?
Yeah, until they are cooked. Now it depends on your kind of lentils. If you feel that your lentils are already soft and falling apart, you can try to squeeze a little bit the lentils on the side of the pan to have a little bit of mushy lentils and a little bit of whole lentils together. Or you can use a hand mixer, and blend one part of the lentils. This is a way to use less cream and butter. In India, they'll just add cream until it's very creamy, because dal is supposed to be creamy. But I think if you mush a little bit of the lentils, it's going to be great and not so fatty. And if you already put your full spoon of butter in the beginning, that's quite a lot already.
Okay.
But if not, if you feel that you need a little bit more fat to the mix, you just add more butter or add more cream. Because I'm trying to do it a little lower fat, I'm gonna use and I only have the canned cream. The canned cream cannot boil with things because it separates. So I'm just gonna add the cream in the end when serving. I'm just gonna put a spoon and serve it with like a little badly mixed cream, that you can see the cream and you can see the dal. That's how I'm gonna serve them. And yeah, and yours, what are you showing us here?
I'm going to use a fresh pan. I mean, I show you in 1 second. It's the one you can cook, not the one you use for panna montata. I mean, not the one you use for making the fluffy panna. It's like that. I mean, show you with a spoon easier. And the cream is coming.
Wow. Oh my God.
I was thinking to add the cream in 10 minutes. I mean, 10 minutes before the lentils are cooked. What do you think?
Yeah, I
Too
think it's a good
late?
idea. You cook the lentils and you mush them in the side of the pan. You mush a little bit, and then you add the cream and let them boil again. I think it's a good
Okay.
idea.
Wow. I'm adding a little bit more of water because it's taking a lot of these lentils are asking for more water. But as Livia said, we must do a little hole in the corner.
Yes. Don't wash your lentils. Don't wash your ingredients. Mine are gonna take maybe 20 minutes. They are already soaked, but I really like the lentils really cooked because then it can be really creamy and the flavors come in inside really yeah. If you're using the big the other masur lentils, the bigger dark brown lentils, when you're using it, Elena, you can make this mix and put them in the pressure pan and take it for like 20 minutes or 10 minutes of pressure, 10 to 20 minutes of pressure, and then they're going to be ready because they're a harder kind of lentils to cook. But if you do that and put in the pressure pan, they're going to be awesome.
That's great. So what we shall do, I mean, just say to our friends to enjoy the food later.
Yes, I think so because we're our cooking time and we are already 55 minutes live. So I think that's enough for today. We're going to show the results in our Instagram page. And also, if you want to share with us your results and tag us at saturday.food.fever or hashtag SaturdayFoodFever. And we're going to see your post and share it with our community. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you, Elena, for getting in this adventure through to India.
Thank you, Livia, to take me to the magical taste of India. Thank you. So have a nice week and weekend to everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao.